So the story of this kid, he sees, he's a teenager, and he sees this heavy metal band playing in a concert. He sees hundreds and, well, thousands of guys and girls just mesmerized by the band that's playing, that's up on stage, and he sees how they just idolize, man. They're just in awe of this band, and he sees this guitarist, man. This guitarist just jamming out, and just sees all of them just idolizing and putting their hands up to him, and man, he just thinks it's the coolest thing, and that's what he decides right then. I'm going to be a heavy metal guitarist in a band. And so he gets a poster of that guy who's playing guitar, sticks it up on his wall, and says, "Mom, I want to be like that guy. I want to be in a heavy metal band. I want to play in concerts." And she goes, "Well, the first thing we got to do is get you guitar lessons." She's like, "All right, got to get a guitar and got to get lessons. You got to make an investment." And gets a guitar and kind of looks at it. Doesn't look like the electric guitar on his poster, but he's told this is how you start. It's like, all right. So she hires someone, come over in the afternoons, teach him how to play the guitar. And so the teacher comes and puts out the book, the black and white with all the little lines, and that's all he sees, and he has to learn chords, and he has to learn step one. And as he starts, man, he's all thumbs. He wants to be like the guy on the wall, but step one is just bing and learning where it is, and he's fumbling and stumbling because it's going to take focus, it's going to take time, it's going to take him practicing it. And he was frustrated and just didn't go as far as he would want, but it was only his first practice. But in his mind, it was going to be a long haul to get there, which it would be. So he's got a week to practice, or a couple days to practice, and the day comes and he hasn't really practiced, because just like anything, that if you're not doing good with something, you kind of abhor it a little bit, and therefore it becomes loathsome. And his mom says, "You got to practice. I paid for these lessons." He looks outside. It's like an hour before the teacher's supposed to come. He looks outside and just sees his friends playing. Just wants to be out there. Just wants to play. His mom says, "You asked for this. I paid for this. You got to at least do this one more practice, one more lesson that I paid for." And so he's sitting there and he's looking, and still he's trying. It's just not happening, because he's not really giving it the effort and the time to do it. And it's about a minute before he knows that knock's gonna come on the door. He's gonna have to sit there, and he hears his friends out playing, and then boom, just like that, an angel appears. And right like that, he's at Carnegie Hall, mecca of the world, symphonies and orchestras. And there's thousands of people, and they're looking down at the stage. And so the angel has him there, and he's looking, and man, it's classical music. It's like, but it's the sound is awesome. It's just smooth in the way it's coming out, and the blending of instruments, and then there's this solo. Here's this guy on a guitar, and all these people are watching, and they're mesmerized just how beautiful the sounds coming off his fingers as he's playing the guitar, and he's just watching the guy's fingers just gliding up and down the chords on the guitar, and just the music's making. Like the guy on the guitar one, he's a virtuoso, and he's just like everyone else. This kid's mesmerized. He just mouth agape, just staring, and it's incredible what this guy's doing. He can't believe this music that's coming out. And the angel says to the kid, "What do you think?" And the kid says, "Man, that's awesome." And the angel says, "Yeah, good, because that's you. Now go practice." And bam, just like that, he's back. He's back in his living room. A minute left before the knock on the door. He got a glimpse. He got a glimpse of who he was going to be. What was predestined that he had to make a choice to attain. That he was going to have to sacrifice, have discipline. He's going to have to steer away from his friends at some time. Instead, he's going to have to put the time into practice. See, the angel showed him his destiny. His angel showed him a purpose of the gifting that's within him, that he has to uncover and discover through hard, arduous, continual, consistent practice. He's got to be coachable. He's got to be teachable. Right? He's got to allow himself to learn. He's going to have to allow himself to lean not on his own understanding, but the teacher who knows how to get him to where he wants to go. It is not like all of us. We have giftings, we have talents, passions, but it's easy for all of us to rationalize and justify and then compromise not doing it. It's too hard, don't have time. Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I wouldn't have had a chance. I really wasn't going to be that good. I mean, what a dream that really was, thinking that I can, specifically for this kid to be a guitarist and rock and roll band, but what is it for you? What is that sort of predestined in your heart that you have yet to uncover? Because it takes a lot of digging. It takes a lot of fortitude. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes yourself having to listen and be teachable, to lean not on your understanding and trusting ones who are trying to lead you, guide you, direct you, instruct you. It might take years. But it's always being in a stage preparing by practicing your gifting, so then when the opportunities come, you can step into that opportunity because you're prepared. Just like right here, as a public speaker, I can't just wait to get an invite to speak. It's continually practicing tone, inflection, enunciation, pronunciation, articulation, where my eyes go, where my hands are, posture, demeanor. There's a lot that goes into practicing, because practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. So I just want to encourage you, just like that boy, he has an opportunity, but it's his choice. You have a choice. And to knowing your giftings, knowing the abilities you have, what are you doing with them on a daily basis to build and prepare to be an expert in it, that you can use it to be a blessing to others, and most importantly, even a blessing to yourself. So that's you. Now go practice.